Hey, what's up everybody? I'm just gonna say it. Fallout 4 is a good game, but a bad RPG. But using mods, can we change that? The first mod I have for you today is Start Me Up. If you're not using Start Me Up, then I honestly don't know what you're doing. After exiting the character creation screen, you'll be presented with 3 new options. I'll go through these in order of complexity. By clicking the third option, this is a memory, let's stay here for a while, you basically ignore the mod as if it wasn't there. By clicking the second option, this is a memory, I don't want to relive this, you will skip the bomb dropping section of the game and wake up straight away in Vault 111. Exiting the cryopod, make your way to the terminal on your right and you'll be able to assign your special points. As well as assigning special points, you'll also be able to assign up to 2 new traits which have been added with this mod. There are 20 different possible traits that you can choose from. There is also an option not to select any. Now for the real reason you're going to want this mod, by clicking the first option, this is only a dream, I need to wake up, presented with all of the customization options available, as well as 38 different occupational clothings that you can choose from. This will simply affect the clothing that you're wearing when you wake up. You can access this by pressing the what am I doing with my life option. However, in doing this, the game is slightly altered because you are no longer Nate or Nora, but some random survivor in the Commonwealth. Hence why your character no longer recognises Codsworth.
I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
A robot waiter. Ugh.
I live to serve, Mum.
This being the case, your character is no longer looking for Sean because they are your child, but because it's just the right thing to do. There are honestly so many small things that this mod changes that to go over all of them I'd be here for quite a while. For example, notice here how your character no longer says they're from Vault 111. Instead they lie, stating that they are from Vault 95.
I got it in Vault 95.
Haven't heard of that one yet.
I truly feel that if you plan on role-playing in this game, this mod is a definite must download, what with the addition of the classes and the new unique traits.
Ashes, where are you going? Ash!
Now, if Fallout 4 isn't a good RPG, which ones were? Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, but what made them so good? One thing is the way that they tackled leveling your character, whereas in Fallout 4 everything seems more simplified. Previous games you definitely had a lot more choice. So let's bring that choice back with Be Exceptional. The first thing you're going to notice after installing this is that the perk sheet has been completely scrapped in favour of a brand new levelling screen. What I really like about this is it's taken all of the boring skills that every character you make has to go into, rifleman, gunslinger, melee, and it's put them to one side, allowing you to put perks into actually fun roleplay skills. Upon leveling up, you will be given 10 plus your intelligence worth of skill points. These skill points can be put into a number of different skills, just like in previous titles. As well as previous titles, you'll also be asked to select 3 tag skills. This is done by opening the Pip-Boy for the first time. Some perks have also been altered. Local Leader no longer requires you to spec any points into it. It has instead been replaced with the Pillar of the Community perk. This is because a Local Leader really feels like one of those perks that you need to have. There's no way around it. If you want to do a complete playthrough, you do need this perk, especially if you're playing on survival difficulty. Another perk that's been altered is Ninja. Now it's spread over 2 ranks and also affects unarmed sneak attacks, and from my experience is considerably more powerful. Now the key to any good RPG is choice, so it's a shame that 1 out of the 4 factions that you can side with in Fallout 4 is beyond useless. So let's change that with Militarized Minutemen. Now even if you're not the biggest fan of the Minutemen, I would still 100% recommend this mod. Even if you're not planning on siding with them, I would still recommend downloading this. Why? It's simple. Whether you like it or not, you're going to run into them. So it's better they actually look like they're from one of the factions as opposed to some farmers with pipe guns. As you can clearly tell, these Minutemen have spawned with brand new pieces of equipment. To acquire this equipment for yourself, simply visit the castle and speak to a brand new NPC called Sharon. She'll sell you everything for a pretty reasonable price. Now if you're too broke to afford any of this, that's fine. There'll also be a trunk containing one of every item in the same room. Two of the items that really piqued my interest were the tactical rig and the backpack. Going over the tactical rig first, I really like it from an aesthetic point of view. It looks really well made, but not so well made as to not fit in with the Fallout universe. It doesn't have a ton of customization options. Simply put, it has one armor option and one aesthetic option. It's still better than most chest plates available. One of the main benefits to this is you can still wear clothing underneath it and still leave the arms and legs open for other armor. Now, going over the backpack, this is one of the best backpacks I've honestly ever seen in a mod. Now, I've messed around with a lot of backpack mods, but this one is so modular compared to the other ones. Like I was saying, how you don't actually have to be a Minuteman to use this. You can just change the patch on it to say Brotherhood of Steel, Railroad, Institute, or any other faction. Some patches even returning from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. But I know what you're thinking. How can a backpack increase my roleplay in a game? Well, it's simple. By changing the equipment can affect how your character plays. For example, taking the combat equipment decreases your reload speed, while taking the undercover equipment like I did increases your agility, making you more stealthy. Overall, I'd have to say my favourite thing about this is it doesn't make the Minutemen feel overpowered or anything that they're not. They still feel like just settlers coming together trying to survive. It actually makes you consider siding with them as opposed to just disregarding them. Minutemen are definitely meant to be the good guy ending, so for those of us that actually enjoy playing that way, this is a really good option. Now, as stated before, the key to a good RPG is choice, so with this next mod I'm going to be making your choice of weaponry a bit more interesting, with the Steyr AUG-A3. Very quickly, this became one of my favourite weapon mods, simply because of its versatility. It can really be anything you want it to be. A high fire rate SMG, a powerful assault rifle, a very accurate sniper rifle. There's so many things that this weapon can do. So this has to be one of the best looking weapon mods I've seen for a long time. I mean, just look at it, it is fantastic. Everything has been done so well on this gun, from the textures, even the reload animation. Now, this weapon comes with a choice of two calibers, 10mm and 5.56. As opposed to just changing the type of ammunition used, changing the caliber will also affect the size of the mag on the weapon. So as I've stated, this is one of my favourite weapon mods, but what could we do to make it just that little bit better? Well, how about a legendary version? Luckily, the mod author has added 4 legendary ones into the world. First one is Donut of Death. This can be found on a table at Slocum Joe's.
Yes.
The second one is Nakatomi. This can be found inside of Fallon's department store.
Excellent.
The third and probably easiest to find is the F88 Austri. This can be found inside of the Railroad HQ. The final one is the STG-77. This can be located on the FMS Northern Star. And with that, that's going to wrap up the video for today. I just want to say, if you did get to this part of the video, I really appreciate it. There'll definitely be more videos to come, but until then, I'll see you all in the next video.